Hey guys, hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Kshitij, aka the Rustic Wanderer, and you're watching another episode of my Åland Island travel expeditions. So in the previous episode you saw I went to Castleholm and Bummersund, and by the time I got back I had already completed 150 kilometers of biking. So I was just resting yesterday, and today is the time to head back. So let's get started. So yesterday was a completely rainy day and I was just resting inside, just taking it easy, chilling, doing a little bit of work. Went to the city for a little bit, went to this place called Diablo Pizzas, had a nice pizza there. On the way back I was just resting in the small park, the Lilla Holmen, and in one of the cages I saw they also have peacocks close to the bunnies, which I saw in one of the previous times I was there. So I was just spending some time with the peacocks, just looking at the birds, just taking in the nature. Also I bumped into these two elderly people that I met in Bummersund. I had a nice conversation with them. They were teacher educators from Sweden. They were just exploring Åland Islands. They've been to Finland before, Germany and so on and so forth. So we had a really nice fun conversation and they gave me blessings. Also here I met a Japanese traveler in the accommodation. He's now staying in Marseille, and we also had fun conversations there. It was so nice to get to know these kind of new people. And yeah, now it's time to start packing. I have a couple of hours, so the plan is to go back inside after I'm done enjoying a bit of sunshine and start packing, cleaning up the room, and then check out. And on the way to the ferry I'm gonna check out the museum. Remember that combo coupon ticket that I got? So the one museum that's still remaining, the Art and History Culture Museum. So I'll check that out, maybe try to grab some food on the way and then hop on over to the ferry, and the journey continues from there onwards.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall.
All set to leave, set out on the adventure. So let's say goodbye to the room. Bye bye room. And of course when you're leaving, the weather is gonna be very nice and sunny. Alright, and something very important before we go, say goodbye to Lola. So Lola and Lola 2.0, thanks for the amazing adventures. So this was the place where I stayed, had a very pleasant stay, stayed here for almost a week. Ovan's garden, Overnas garden or something, and that was the place where I was hanging out, enjoying the nice views by the sea, having coffee or tea and nice early morning walks. So yeah, now we head to the city center, about 1.5 kilometers, check out the museum. Also one more thing, through these travel episodes I hope you were able to see that there's more to see in Åland archipelago, more than just the capital Mariehamn. Because when I was looking at the place, trying to learn about what else is there to see, I kept stumbling upon Mariehamn all the time. So even the vlogs that others have made in the past, I only found Mariehamn and nothing else, which is understandable to some extent because this is like a small place, not so many inhabitants in each of the municipalities and islands, so people prefer exploring the capital. But as you saw, I stayed here for a week, yet I missed out on exploring on the western part of the archipelago. So there's a lot to see and do here. So if you do decide to come here, keep ample time. I mean, you can even spend 2 weeks here. Just take it nice and slow, explore, go venture out like I did. And this place has like pristine beauty and nature, which is just amazing, and a very pleasant stay here. So I made it to the Åland Museum. It's a very convenient location. So this is the same park where we were when I was exploring the town hall and the parliament. So that white building there is the parliament. This is the museum, and in this park up that hillock, that building is the town hall, just so you could orient yourself. It's in a very nice location. So let's go inside. And this is nice. They have locker rooms here, so I put the backpack inside. You could also leave your jackets and stuff. In the museum has two parts. There's an art part and a history part. So I'm going to start with historic part and then switch over to contemporary art side. Had a fun time exploring inside. The lighting is not very vlogger friendly, but it was nice to explore. They have split it up into different eras and how Åland went through different regimes, from Christianity, Swedish rule, Russian rule, and eventually autonomy. Definitely worth a visit. Probably I spent something like half an hour inside. Small exhibits. One is rotating exhibit, one is a permanent exhibit, so you can go through and see how the life and culture was like all the way from prehistoric times. So I'm back in this area near the fountain in front of the town hall. Gonna enjoy some sunshine for a bit and then move onwards to the next location. So I'm walking across this northern Esplanade Gatan. In Helsinki too, they have this street called Esplanadi. Normally it's like this lush green path going through a park, and it gives like meadow-like feels if you've ever been to Scotland or the countryside in UK. It's like really amazing, and the air inside is really cool and refreshing because of all of these nice trees. first time seeing the public transport here. Ever since I got here, I never once got to see the public transport bus. There was one. There's also a similar one in white color. I don't know what's the difference, but they seem like public transport. And I think they're divided in directions, northern, southern, eastern, western kind of zones. And if you're coming with your own vehicle, this is where they start arranging the vehicles according to the company that you're using. So typically I see there is Viking Line and Tallink, which is the one that I'm using. So depending on whichever cruise ship you're using to get back, I think they'll segregate the vehicles accordingly to load them onto the ships. So normally on these kind of esplanade streets, there are consulates. So behind me, that building is the Russian consulate, and that's why people have put up some peaceful signs in support of Ukraine. So that's the Maritime Museum back on the same place. And since I have some time to kill, I'm just gonna walk around the harbor, see what else is there to see around. So unlike last time where I boarded the ferry from Turku and it was cut to cut, so I had to go to the counter because the self-check-in had closed. This time I have ample of time, so I guess I'll try the self-check-in kiosk and get the boarding pass myself. That should be a fun experience. But otherwise, the boarding process of these I'm not sure if they're ferries or cruises, but whatever. It's very convenient and smooth. It just takes like less than 2 minutes to get on board. Oh, also a funny story. On the way here with the previous cruise, I almost got lost and I was running around in circles. So the way the route happens is that this is like a transit point, and then that same ferry continues all the way to Stockholm. So I kind of got lost at the lower deck and I was spinning around in circles, but luckily I saw a group of people leave and I used that as a cue to find my way out, and that's how I got here. Otherwise I almost landed up in Stockholm, which would have been a fail because I've been to Stockholm already. I wanted to explore this area instead. So you guys remember this mini souvenir shop by the marina? So just as soon as you get off from the boat, this is the souvenir shop. I 10 on 10 recommend this. I was here the day I got here and I also walked in again. The lady at the reception is very kind, and I was learning about her travel experiences and more about Åland and the people that visit and so on. And she mentioned a really beautiful story about these stuffed cats that I have on display. If you like stuffed toys, you should really buy them. They are made by hand, and she makes the lower half of the cat and her mother makes the upper half and then assembles everything. So it's a really beautiful story. It's a very heart-touching story. And if you want a souvenir, you could also get Ålandic magnets from here or that stuffed cat. But definitely do come and visit and speak to this lady at the reception. She has been around the world. She knows a lot about the place. So you can also learn more about Åland and understand the geography if that's what you want. But do give it a try and check this place out. Checked in and at the boarding terminal. The boarding should begin in a couple of minutes. and it's really nice. They have these kind of like displays that clearly explain which boarding gate, which terminal are you supposed to board from. So we wait for a few minutes and then we start boarding. We're almost arriving in Turku in about 20 minutes or so. We'll be docking, and let's see if this time I also got lost on the ship trying to find my way out to the harbor, or would it be straightforward. Stay tuned for that. In the meantime, you could check out the views outside. Some nice islands, and the Baltics is starting to get browner as we approach. Also, compared to the previous ferry ride, this cruise has been a lot more fun. I got a chance to speak to some of the staff on board. Some of them even subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hopefully when they see it, hello to you all. And thanks so much for showing support to my channel. And if you are watching the vlogs and if you haven't subscribed, consider doing that as well. Was easy. I was already on the outside deck, and from there it was straightforward. On the way out, I bumped into one of the crews that I was chatting with, and she was telling me about her India travel stories. Anyways, that's the train that first takes me to Tampere. So, and I'm in the first coach right here, so not so much to walk, it's just right here at the entrance. And then from Tampere I switched to the night train. I guess I'll eat something on the train itself. There's no time to buy anything outside. Made it to Tampere. That was the day train. Now I have 1.5 hours to kill before the night train, which arrives in Oulu at 4:30 in the morning. It's an odd time to arrive anywhere, but yeah, it is what it is. So I'm just gonna explore the maps and see if there is any place that's still open. Maybe I just go hang out at some restaurant to eat something real quick, or just loiter around at the station. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, have to kill 1.5 hours here before hopping onto the night train. Also, look at these crazy dark clouds. Started to rain already, but I guess it's gonna rain heavier soon. Right, made it to the sleeping overnight train again. Gonna take the top bunk. Didn't find much to eat. The bars were open still, the bars and pubs, but the food places were very limited. Found a 24-hour supermarket, so grabbed some fruits and some fresh orange juice, which I'm gonna enjoy along the way. And I suppose this is the exact same cabin I took on the way there, but memory serves me right, then it is. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the All in Travel series. If you did, give it a big thumbs up to let me know. Like, share and subscribe. And I'm just gonna eat something, get in the bed, get some rest or watch something. And I'll see you again in the next vlog. This is Rustic Wanderer signing off.